Good afternoon, everybody, on this sultry, sultry Wednesday afternoon, early evening, wherever you are, on the 29th day of June, 2016. Been a couple days since I did a video. Been pretty busy trying to get things organized for the farmer's market, and some craft things put together. Been working on some projects in the bead room and made a little bit of progress here with some stuff I've worked on, but got to thinking about something a while ago, and I thought, well, I'll just key up the computer and tell a little story. And this one I have entitled, Life is Just a Bowl of Cherries. If you listen to my last video, you know that I talked about a friend that I had years ago. And she's since gone on to her great reward, but she was much older than me, and as a young girl, I took a lot of things extremely seriously and would just get real upset about things, and she was my shoulder to lean on, and she put up with an awful lot out of me looking back at the day, how upset I'd get over silly things. And I can remember her singing to me, life is like a bowl of cherries. Don't take it serious. It's so mysterious. And she was right. I took things way too seriously, and I have tried over the years not to do that anymore, to show patience, be understanding on a lot of things, and it's not always easy. Being a human is not an easy process. As a kid, I had my ups and downs. My mother and I didn't get along very well. She was very controlling, and she wanted a boy, not a girl, and I just kind of in her way. So I tried to stay out of her way as much as possible. A lot of stories that I could share with that, but not today. And I spent a lot of time with my granny. My granny was just fantastic. She taught me an awful lot of things. She taught me a lot of skills that I hope will be very beneficial to me in the future. I know they have been in the past. A lot of the old ways. She used to tell me stories about the Depression. And even though she had a rough way to go back in the Depression years, she tried to make the most of it in any way she could. She had 7 children to raise, and my grandpa was a farmer. And so between the two of them, they managed to raise those kids and get them all up through the Depression, raise them all, get them out on their own. And then after I got out on my own, I just kind of suffered ups and downs and, kind of got battered around a little bit, learning lessons through life, as I'm sure a lot of you young people that watch the videos go through. You have to experience an awful lot of things to learn and to grow and expand your horizons. But you always need to stop and think that it's not as serious as what you might think. Life is like a bowl of cherries. Some days it's the best. You have to just get over it. Just let it roll off of you and go on. I've gone through many, many things throughout my lifetime. About the time I think that I know it all, then something else crops up and slaps me around and lets me know that I didn't know anything. I can remember my daddy telling me when he hit 40 years old, he says, you don't know nothing till you hit 40. And then he hit 50 and he says, well, I thought I knew it when I hit 40, but I've got news for you. You don't know nothing till you hit 50. And then he hit 60 years old and he says, hey, I've learned something in the last 10 years. And I said, what's that, Daddy? And he says, I thought I knew it all when I hit 40, and I didn't. I thought I knew it all when I hit 50, and I got news for you. I've hit 60 years old and I found out that I don't know nothing and probably never will. And I think that there's more people that need to take that approach to life, that they don't know anything, and they probably never will. But there's an awful lot of people that think they know it all, and they do an awful lot of bossing for not knowing any more than they do. They take life too serious. They push people around. They try to control everything around them, other people's attitudes and everything else. And it don't work that way. I'm sorry, it just don't work that way. Oh, so many stories that I could tell over things that's happened over the years, and people that I trusted that I thought were good friends, it turned out that, oh my goodness gracious, no, I couldn't have been further from the truth. Them people, they couldn't have cared less if I'd exploded and gone to another planet. Oh, they turned out to be extremely hateful individuals. So the only one you can really depend on is yourself. You have to be able to look in the mirror and like what you see. Not necessarily physically. I'm talking about, who are you as a person? Do you like the person that you're looking at? And if you don't, maybe you need to make some changes and fix that. I've come over the years to like myself real well. People wonder why I live alone, and why I haven't took up with nobody, or how I can stand it. They've asked me, "Oh, aren't you lonesome?" Lord have mercy, no. I've got enough stuff that if I have to accomplish everything I want to accomplish, I'll never be able to die. I have a lot of interests, a lot of things that really amuse me. I love crafts. I like to learn things. I'm interested in the old ways of doing things. I like to cook. I love my pets. I have my memories of things that's going on in my life. I've been involved in all kinds of things to do with animals. I showed dogs. I showed rabbits. I showed guinea pigs. I've been uh, fairly well traveled in the United States. I haven't been to all the states. I'm not real big on traveling, but I've been a lot of places. I've had some experiences. And I look around, people that, oh, you should do things this way, you should do things that way, and you need to try this and you need to try that. The only person I really have to please is me. And if I don't fit in the mold somebody else has cut out for me, then that's on them. Sorry. I am who I am. As long as I like me, well, I'm my own best friend. I had a best friend several years ago. He was a nice young man that befriended me through the amateur radio club, and he was good at working on computers and stuff, and he liked to come and work on my computers, and he'd make sure that my computer stayed running good and that I had whatever software on it that I needed to have running on it. Me and him pal around and go to amateur radio events and stuff together, and he was like a son to me. And soon be 4 years ago that he succumbed to cancer, and I do miss him. We had a lot of fun. He enjoyed my sense of humor, and if me and him get together and go out to eat or something, we'd get to cutting up in restaurants, and or even in the car going someplace. We always had a good time, whatever we did. But I do miss him. But that don't make me want to take up with nobody else. If somebody come around that could appreciate my sense of humor, not try to boss me around, it might be a different story. But that doesn't seem to be in the cards. So I just enjoy my own company, because life is just a bowl of cherries.